In our world, a world that vibrates at the frequency of urgency and ceaseless productivity, we have learned to glorify movement and mistrust repose. Silence seems to us a void to be filled, and stillness a wasted opportunity. But the traditions of ancient wisdom, like the contemplative paths of Buddhism, offer us a radical and healing counterpoint. The rediscovery of rest not as a mere absence of activity, but as a sacred space for profound nourishment, a portal to the renewal of the body, mind, and spirit. Falling asleep and waking up are not mechanical events in the 24-hour cycle. They are rites of passage, moments of immense vulnerability, where we can either plant the seeds of serenity or, inadvertently, water the weeds of anxiety. The quality of our waking hours is, in large part, forged in the stillness of our nights. In our time together, we will explore not 10 commandments, but 10 pathways, 10 invitations to transform your bed into an altar and your awakening into a celebration. These are practices that teach us to care for our inner landscape with the same dedication a gardener tends to their most precious garden, understanding that the peace we so desperately seek outside, in fact, blossoms from the silence we cultivate within. The first pathway we will walk is that of the mind as a sacred garden. Imagine that your mind, at the end of a long day, is a plot of fertile ground. Throughout the hours, various seeds have been cast there without your permission. The harsh words of a conversation, the tension of a deadline, the disturbing images from a news broadcast, the small frustrations that accumulate like pebbles in a shoe. If you simply lie down and turn off the light, these seeds of agitation will germinate in the darkness, manifesting as turbulent dreams, fragmented sleep, and an awakening that is already tired. Buddhism teaches us that before surrendering the body to rest, we must practice the gardening of consciousness. This begins with an act of radical self-compassion, the decision not to carry the chaos of the day into the peace of the night. The first step in this gardening is conscious breathing. It is the gentle water that soothes the earth. Sit or lie down comfortably and for a few minutes become the silent observer of the flow of air. Feel the inhalation as a wave of calm that enters and nourishes every cell, and the exhalation as the receding tide, carrying with it the mental debris of the day. Do not fight the thoughts. Simply observe them like passing clouds in the vast sky of your awareness. By focusing on the physical anchor of the breath, you create a precious space between you and your thoughts, realizing that you are not the storm, but the sky that contains it. This simple act of disidentification is the beginning of true inner freedom. A clear mind is not an empty mind, but a mind at peace with its own flow, a garden where the weeds find no fertile soil to grow. The second pathway is that of nourishing the vessel for the night. Our physical body is the vessel that holds our consciousness, the temple where the spirit dwells. To treat it with wisdom is a spiritual practice of the highest order. The digestive process is one of the most energy-demanding activities of our organism. When we eat a heavy, greasy, or stimulating meal and then immediately lie down, we force our body into a double shift. It must simultaneously try to repair itself and digest a feast. It is like asking a worker to build a wall while running a marathon. The result is a shallow sleep, filled with interruptions and often agitated dreams, as the vital energy, instead of turning to cellular restoration and neurological organization, remains trapped in the stomach. Ancient wisdom advises us to create a generous window of time, at least a couple of hours, between the last meal and the moment of lying down. Choose foods that calm the system, not agitate it. Think of warm soups, cooked vegetables, light grains and herbal infusions like chamomile, lemon balm or fennel. These foods are like a lullaby for your digestive system. More important than what we eat is how we eat. Dining in front of a screen, swallowing food in a hurry, is an act of disrespect to your own body. Transform dinner into a moment of presence. Turn off the distractions. Smell the aroma of the food. Chew slowly. Savor each bite. Give thanks for the nourishment on your plate. When you eat with mindfulness, digestion becomes more efficient and the mind calms down, because the body feels seen and honored. After the meal, instead of surrendering to the inertia of the sofa, allow yourself a short, contemplative walk, even if it's just inside your home. Moving gently helps the energy to circulate, easing the digestive process and preparing the body for a more complete surrender to rest. A serene body is the foundation for a tranquil mind. The third pathway invites us to the ritual of water and release. Water, in countless cultures and spiritual traditions, is seen as an element of purification. It not only cleanses the physical body of the day's dust, but also holds the symbolic power to wash our energy field of the emotional residue we accumulate. Tensions, anxieties, unspoken sorrows, all of this clings to us like an invisible layer. A warm bath at the end of the day, when performed with intention, can become one of the most powerful self-care rituals there is. Before stepping into the water, close your eyes for a moment and set your intention. May this water wash from me not only the fatigue of the body, but the weight of the mind. As you feel the warm water running down your shoulders, literally visualize it dissolving and carrying away the knots of tension. Imagine the worry lodged in your forehead flowing down the drain, the frustration in your hands being purified, the agitation in your chest calming down. To amplify this experience, add a few drops of essential oils with relaxing properties to the water, such as lavender, sandalwood, or ylang-ylang. Aromatherapy acts directly on the brain's limbic system, the seat of our emotions, promoting a deep calm. Make this moment a sanctuary of silence. Leave your phone, loud music, and worries outside the bathroom door. Allow yourself to listen only to the sound of the water, letting it become a liquid mantra that soothes your thoughts. Feel the texture of the water on your skin, the temperature, the steam that fills the air. Be radically present. Buddhism teaches us that enlightenment can be found in the most mundane acts, as long as they are done with full attention. A bath can be just a bath, or it can be a profound, moving meditation, a ceremony of renewal. Upon exiting, dry yourself gently, put on comfortable clothes, and feel the lightness that has taken over you. The body, now clean and relaxed, sends a clear signal to the mind. We are safe. It is time to rest. You have prepared the ground, cleared the garden, and nourished the vessel. Sleep can now arrive not as an escape, but as a welcome guest of honor. The fourth pathway leads us to the art of crafting your cocoon of peace. Your bedroom is more than just a room where you sleep. It is the space where you are most vulnerable, where the conscious mind relinquishes control and the body undertakes its sacred work of healing. For this reason, its environment profoundly influences the quality of your rest. We must treat this space not as a mere extension of our busy lives, but as a dedicated sanctuary, a cocoon where the transformation from the weary, worldly self into a rested, renewed being can occur. This transformation begins with energetic hygiene. Look around your room with soft eyes. Does it feel restful, or does it reflect the chaos of the day? Our external environment is often a mirror of our internal state. Clutter, piles of clothes, stacks of papers, unfinished projects, is not just physically present. It holds a stagnant energy that subtly agitates the mind, whispering of tasks undone and obligations pending. The act of decluttering and organizing your bedroom is a powerful form of active meditation. With each item you put away, you are not just tidying a room, you are clearing your mind. Create a space of intentional simplicity. Let every object have a purpose or bring you a genuine sense of peace. Remove the agents of agitation, chief among them being the screens of our digital lives. The television, the computer, the smartphone. These are portals to the outside world, a world of stimulation and demand. Your bedroom should be a portal to the inner world. The blue light emitted by these devices is known to disrupt the production of melatonin, the hormone of sleep. But their psychological impact is even more significant. They keep the mind tethered to an endless cycle of information and anxiety. Make a compassionate rule for yourself. The bedroom is a screen-free zone. Let it be a place for rest, intimacy, and introspection only. Pay attention to the senses. The light should be warm and gentle in the evening, preferably from a low-wattage lamp mimicking the setting sun and signaling to your body that the day is ending. Introduce a subtle, calming scent, perhaps through a diffuser with lavender oil, or a sachet of dried herbs placed near your pillow. The fabrics that touch your skin should be clean, soft, and inviting. The goal is to create an environment that, upon entering, immediately tells your entire being, you are home, you are safe, you can let go now. Some ancient traditions speak of aligning the bed with the earth's magnetic flows, often suggesting sleeping with the head to the east or north. You can explore this, but more important than any rule is your own feeling. Your body has its own wisdom. Experiment and find what direction feels most restful and grounding to you. Your cocoon is your personal sanctuary, and its design should be an intuitive dialogue between you and your own sense of peace. Now, having prepared the outer world, we turn inward to the fifth pathway, the gentle unraveling of breath and body. At the end of the day, the body is often a tightly wound knot of accumulated tensions. We clench our jaw, tighten our shoulders, and hold our breath without even realizing it. Gentle, conscious practices are the fingers that can patiently untie these knots. One of the most balancing practices is a form of alternate nostril breathing. You don't need a fancy name for it. Just think of it as harmonizing the two sides of your being. Sitting comfortably, gently close your right nostril with your thumb and inhale slowly and deeply through the left. At the peak of your inhalation, close the left nostril with your ring finger, release the thumb, and exhale completely through the right. Then inhale through the right, close it, and exhale through the left. Continue this gentle rhythmic cycle for 5 or 10 rounds. This practice is incredibly effective at calming the nervous system as it balances the Ida and Pingala, the lunar and solar energy channels in yogic philosophy. It stills the chatter of the mind and prepares it for deeper states of relaxation. From here, you can flow into a full-body scan meditation, often called Yoga Nidra, or yogic sleep. Lying comfortably on your back, allow your body to feel heavy and supported by the earth beneath you. Bring your awareness like a soft spotlight to your feet. Feel them completely without judgment. Feel the toes, the soles, the heels, and as you feel them, give them silent permission to release, to let go of all holding. Let them become limp and heavy. Then, slowly, guide that spotlight of awareness up through your body, your ankles, your calves, your knees, your thighs. In each part, the practice is the same. Feel it fully, and then invite it to soften, to dissolve into relaxation. Travel up through your hips, your belly, your lower back, releasing the deep tensions held there. Move through your chest, your shoulders, letting them melt away from your ears. Go down your arms, into your hands and fingers. Finally, bring awareness to your neck, your jaw, your cheeks, your eyes, and the space between your eyebrows. Let your entire face be smooth and serene. By the end, your body will be in a state of profound rest, but your mind, having been the gentle guide, remains clear and aware. You are simply resting in a state of pure consciousness, a state where deep healing and integration can occur. This is not about forcing relaxation. It is a practice of surrender, a gentle unraveling, one breath and one body part at a time. This brings us to our sixth and perhaps most profound pathway for the evening, embracing the great cycle through a dialogue with impermanence. In many Western cultures, the thought of mortality is a taboo, something to be avoided, a source of fear. But in the Buddhist tradition, a gentle and regular contemplation of impermanence, known as Maranasati, is not a morbid practice, but a life-affirming one. It is a key that unlocks a deeper appreciation for the preciousness of the present moment. As you lie in the quiet of the evening, this is not a call to imagine a dramatic end, but to have a soft, honest dialogue with reality. You might gently say to yourself, "This day has passed and will not come again. I am one day closer to the end of this journey. Have I lived this day with an open heart? Have I been kind? Have I held on to things that do not matter?" These questions are not meant to produce guilt, but to cultivate a loving awareness. Reflecting on the finite nature of our time here acts as a powerful solvent for the trivialities that consume us, the petty arguments, the lingering resentments, the paralyzing fears. They all lose their grip in the face of this greater truth. It helps you to sort what is essential from what is merely noise. When you know that your time is not infinite, you are less likely to waste it on anger or distractions. You become more inclined to forgive, to speak your love, to be present with those you care about. This practice is a call to live more fully and authentically. It purifies your intentions. Lying there, you can consciously release the day with its triumphs and its failures, recognizing that it too was a fleeting part of a much larger cycle. This acceptance brings an incredible peace. It is the peace of letting go, of acknowledging that we are not in ultimate control. We are simply here for a little while to experience, to learn and to love. To end your day with this gentle remembrance is to sleep with a profound sense of perspective, a quiet gratitude for the simple, staggering gift of being alive right now. It transforms fear into presence and anxiety into a quiet, determined intention to make the next day, should it arrive, a little more beautiful. And here, in this quiet space of reflection, I want to pause and extend an invitation to you. We are all on this journey of finding peace in a busy world, each of us with our own unique ways of coming home to ourselves. This space we share is not a lecture, it is a conversation. So I invite you to share a part of your journey with us. In the comments below, perhaps you could share one small personal ritual that brings you back to a state of peace at the end of the day. It could be a cup of a specific tea, a piece of music, a way you look at the moon, anything that is your personal anchor. By sharing, we not only affirm our own practices, but also create a beautiful tapestry of wisdom for others to draw inspiration from. And if these conversations, these shared explorations of inner peace, nourish a part of you, consider joining our circle by subscribing to the channel. It is a simple way of saying you'd like to continue walking this path together, ensuring we can find each other again for our next conversation. The seventh pathway guides us across the delicate bridge from the world of dreams back into the world of form. It is the art of the gentle dawn. How we wake up sets the energetic keynote for our entire day. For most of us, the morning begins with a kind of violence, the shriek of an alarm clock, a jolt of cortisol, a mind instantly racing with the day's to-do list before our eyes are even fully open. We tear ourselves from the depths of rest and hurl our consciousness into the fray. This abrupt transition is a shock to the nervous system, a declaration of war on peace before the day has even begun. The art of a gentle dawn is about honoring this transition, allowing the soul a few moments to catch up with the body. Whenever possible, allow yourself to wake naturally with the rising sun. Let the gradual increase of light be your gentle summons. If an alarm is a necessity, choose one that mimics the sounds of nature, the soft chirping of birds, the gentle roll of ocean waves, or the simple, pure tone of a Tibetan singing bowl. The first sound you hear should be an invitation, not a command. Before you even think of moving, simply arrive. Lie still and take your first conscious breath of the day. Feel the air enter your lungs, a reminder that you are alive, that you have been gifted another cycle of breath. This is the first, most fundamental moment of mindfulness. Let your senses awaken slowly. Notice the quality of the light filtering into your room. Listen to the quiet sounds of the house or the world outside. Feel the texture of the blankets against your skin. Give yourself these few precious minutes of silent sensory arrival before the mind has a chance to hijack the moment with its anxieties and plans. And above all, resist the siren call of your smartphone. Reaching for it first thing in the morning is like inviting 1,000 screaming strangers into your bedroom before you've even said good morning to yourself. You are handing over your precious, newly awakened consciousness to the demands, opinions, and anxieties of the outside world. Instead, let the first conversation of your day be with yourself, with the silence, with the simple fact of your own being. This gentle, intentional awakening is not a waste of time. It is a profound investment in presence, clarity, and peace that will pay dividends throughout the day. From this state of soft awareness, we walk the eighth pathway, the first touch of consciousness. In many Eastern traditions, our hands are seen as conduits of vital life force energy, or prana. When we are asleep, this energy is drawn inward. The first touch of consciousness is a simple, beautiful ritual to awaken and circulate this inner sun. While still lying in bed, bring your palms together and begin to rub them against each other, not with frantic speed, but with a mindful, steady pace. As you do, bring your full attention to the sensation. Feel the friction, the warmth that begins to build. This is more than just heat. It is your own life force becoming palpable, tangible. You are literally gathering your own energy in your hands. Once your palms feel pleasantly warm and tingling with this subtle electricity, gently cup them over your closed eyes. Do not press, just let them hover, creating a small cavern of warmth and darkness. Feel that gentle, healing heat penetrate your eyelids, soothing your optic nerves and calming your mind. This is an act of profound kindness to yourself, a blessing bestowed upon the windows to your soul. After a few moments, begin to gently wash your face with your energized hands. With soft, sweeping motions, pass your warm palms over your forehead, your temples, your cheeks, and your jaw. As you do, Imagine you are smoothing away any residual sleepiness or any tension that may have gathered in the night. This is your first conscious interaction with your physical self, and you are choosing for it to be one of tenderness and care. It is a way of saying welcome back to your body, of honoring the vessel that carries you through life. This simple act, taking no more than a minute, awakens the nerve endings in the face, brings a gentle circulation to the skin, and, most importantly, grounds your awareness firmly and lovingly within your own body, preparing you to rise and meet the day, not from a scattered mental space, but from a centered and embodied one. The ninth pathway is an offering, a sacred exchange with the universe. It is the offering of the first smile. Before your feet even touch the floor, before a single word is spoken, let your first expression be a gentle, subtle smile. It may feel unnatural at first, especially if you are not a morning person, but understand this is not about forcing an emotion. It is a conscious, physical act that initiates a powerful feedback loop between the body and the mind. A smile, even a gentle, intentional one, communicates to your entire nervous system that you are safe and that there is a reason for gladness. Think of it as an offering of reciprocity. Life has offered you the gift of a new day, a day of unknown possibilities, a day that has never been lived before. In return, you offer it your first smile. This simple gesture is a radical act of acceptance and trust. It is a silent acknowledgement of the fundamental miracle of existence, the fact that you are here, breathing, conscious and alive. This smile is not dependent on circumstances. It does not wait for a perfect day, for good news, or for a feeling of happiness. It is the very seed of that happiness. It is a way of choosing your inner climate before the weather of the external world has a chance to impose itself upon you. Let this smile be a quiet celebration of the small overlooked wonders, the stillness of the early morning, the comfort of your bed, the simple fact that your heart is beating without any effort on your part. This practice, cultivated over time, retrains the mind to seek out the good. It begins to look for reasons to justify the smile, and in doing so, it notices the bird song outside the window, the way the light creates patterns on the wall, the love you feel for the people in your life. The smile becomes the cause, and joy becomes the effect. It is a profound and simple way to affirm that, despite any challenges the day may hold, you are choosing to begin it from a place of grace. This leads us to our 10th and final pathway, the culmination of our morning ritual, the litany of simple grace. Having awakened the body with touch and the heart with a smile, we now align the mind with the frequency of gratitude. Before the world rushes in, take a moment for a quiet internal litany of thanks. This is not a mechanical task of listing things, but a deep, somatic experience of appreciation. Close your eyes and let 3 or 4 things you are grateful for surface naturally. Perhaps it is the profound comfort of your bed and the safety it represents. Perhaps it is the gift of your senses, the ability to see the morning light, to hear the silence, to feel the air on your skin. Perhaps it is the anticipation of a warm cup of tea or coffee, a small, reliable pleasure, or maybe it is a deep sense of gratitude for a person in your life, for the love that you give and receive. As each item comes to mind, don't just think the thought, feel it. Where in your body do you feel this gratitude? Does it create a warmth in your chest, a softness in your belly, a lightness in your head? Breathe into that feeling. Let the gratitude be a full-body experience. This practice is one of the most powerful ways to rewire your brain's neural pathways. Our minds have a natural negativity bias, a holdover from our evolutionary past that is always scanning for threats. A consistent gratitude practice creates new, stronger pathways, training your brain to scan for beauty, for blessings, for what is right instead of what is wrong. It builds a resilient foundation of well-being that can hold you steady even when the storms of life arrive. This litany is your daily act of tending to your inner garden, of consciously planting flowers of peace and appreciation. It is the final, essential step in crafting a conscious beginning, ensuring that you walk out of your sanctuary not with a sense of dread or obligation, but with a heart that is already full. These 10 pathways, from the evening's first intention to the morning's first smile, are not meant to be a rigid checklist that adds more stress to your life. They are gentle invitations, tools to be used as you see fit. They are reminders that the most overlooked moments of our day, The transitions into and out of sleep are, in fact, our greatest opportunities. They are opportunities to practice compassion, to cultivate peace, and to connect with the quiet wisdom that resides within us. By turning these moments into sacred rituals, you affirm that your well-being matters, that your inner peace is a priority, and that even in the midst of a chaotic world, you have the power to create a sanctuary within yourself. May your nights be deep wells of peace, and may your mornings be gentle, luminous renewals. If this way of exploring the inner world resonates with you, if it feels like coming home, then we invite you to continue the journey with us. Our channel is simply a quiet space, a digital hearth where conversations like this can unfold. By choosing to subscribe, you are simply keeping the door open, ensuring that our paths can cross again as we continue to explore the art of living with presence and a peaceful heart. Be well.